What's Sarugu's armor class, Salas?
I
I imagine it's pretty high.
Actually, quite low. It's dirt.
Oh, you're right. It must just have a lot of health and hardness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
High-
in
high
fact,
con.
so much so that that the attack is wholly irrelevant.
What?
Wait,
Crazy.
what if you use an adamantine weapon, though?
Well, now we're cooking with fire.
Go make an axe out of titanium and hit the dirt a bunch of times out back and tell me how much damage the world takes.
Is this a riddle?
No, that was literal.
Go,
Anyway,
go hit the dirt outside and tell me how much damage the ground takes.
it didn't seem to take a lot.
Then
you idiot.
only will you understand the weight of the world.
What do you mean it didn't take a lot? It's dirt. You weren't supposed to actually literally do that. It was a parable. You're supposed to think about it. You fool. You Goombas.
Oh,
Hey,
no!
what? Get out of my monastery.
Goombas!
Oh, you got called Goombas. I remember
Yeah.
the first time that happened to me.
That hurts.
Anyway, so, where we left off last time.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knew what to do.
I mean, we sort of where you left out last time was we got back and then Pal looked at the ring and then she.
The ring! Oh, and then
Oh, yeah.
What happened?
Nothing.
I
That's-
had to make a
left the
save,
You
cliffhanger.
died.
and I died.
Yeah, Palina, you had to make a will save, which you passed.
Good.
And so you were staring into the eyes of the ring, and as you were doing so, the world seemed to grow more distant. The last thing you really hear out of the slowly echoing soundscape of the world receding away from you is Pascal's voice going, Pal, are you okay?
No.
And then you are somewhere else. Around you is a storm, it seems.
Oh.
A rushing series of clouds that whirl around you.
What is that? What it sounds like?
Yes.
No, that isn't. I don't know what that was, but
That was me, sorry. I had
Oh.
to clear my throat from this IPA a little bit. It's getting me in the back of my throat a little.
yeah, a whirling cavalcade of colors, but no sounds. And apparently IPAs.
Yes.
Hmm.
The official drink of the Temple of a Ten Cat.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be like a protein shake or something?
Yeah,
No.
IPA.
They do the fuck, what are they called? I'm forgetting the name for it right now, but there's like the thing where you run a mile and drink. Well, you run a half marathon, and every mile you have to drink one beer.
Oh God!
Oh, that's like a power hour for marathons?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Drink beer, run. Medicine. This'll get me what I need.
That
Drink
sounds
beer,
like
run.
a lot of vomiting.
That sounds.
Yeah, I don't like it. Burps at least.
You know
Anyway.
what's funny is they provide you a free post-race beer afterwards.
Because that's exactly what you would want at that point.
Yes.
Gotta celebrate somehow.
Anyway, Palina, you are in this maelstrom, this silent maelstrom that swirls around you. You see no discernible shapes, except suddenly, before your eyes, a pair of glowing golden lights appear, staring directly into you. And in the middle of your mind, you hear the words, Palina Khalil,
Oh boy.
Ah,
Da, da, da.
I'm
be not afraid.
okay.
Too
I
late.
am Amuntha.
I know, we've
Servant
met.
Of what?
We've met.
We've met.
Do you
Oh
not?
no.
Oh no. Do you not remember me?
This idiot.
I
You are stinky.
am
Are you okay?
fractured.
Oh.
My thoughts scattered in this place.
I see.
You are Palina Khalil, however, worshipper of
Yeah.
Atanket,
Yes.
and I know you.
That's good. That's a good thing.
I know you.
Yeah.
How do I know you?
It's not just like a cool angel thing that you can do. Because we've met, actually. Yeah. Yeah.
The eyes seem to shimmer a bit before refocusing and goes, Palina Khalil,
Yes.
be not afraid.
Oh,
I
okay.
am Amuntha, servant of Atanket.
This guy.
Hello.
You have contacted me in this most desperate time. I am fractured in this place that I know not where it is.
Okay.
How did you contact me?
I don't know, actually.
Indeed,
I
curious.
was told I could reach you. Maybe.
Phone number.
Who told you?
A 10 cat did?
Yes,
Yep.
he is most wise.
Yes. So you don't know
Palina
where
Khalil.
you are. Oh, yep. Hello.
I am Amuntha, servant of
We're gonna
Atanket.
keep doing this.
Yes. Do you know where we are right now?
No, do you?
Yes, kind of.
Good.
You feel fractured and scattered right now, yeah?
Yes,
You
although I know not why.
you were Polonius turned you into a magic ring? Or trapped you in one? I don't know how magic works.
That dastardly bloated worm.
That's me.
I don't know how this works either.
Oh no.
Paulina Khalil.
Paulina Khalil. I'm your dad.
What? My dad has been lost at sea for years. Oh my god.
Palina Khalil,
Yep.
I am not your father.
A 10
I
cat.
never said you were.
Oh wait, no. What's his name? Amuntha. Amuntha. I am Paulina Khalil.
I have been turned into a ring.
Yep.
I do not recall how I came to this information.
That's okay. It's a confusing time. I understand.
But I am an item on the
Yes.
material plane.
Yes, that is true.
This.
Do
Do you wear me?
I don't personally, but I am near the person who does wear you. Do you know how to make it so that you're not stuck in a ring anymore? 'Cause we don't.
I am fractious and scattered.
Yeah.
It will take time
Okay.
to reconstitute myself, and even then I do not know if I would be able to escape the ring wrought by a god.
Toot.
It may be an artifact.
What? Huh?
In which case, its method of destruction may be quite specific.
Oh,
Like
no.
throwing it into a volcano or something. I'm just
Oh,
throwing that out
no.
there.
Well, we do have one of those.
We do. Well, we got one in the back.
We got one in the back.
Yes, but it might not be that. That was just an example.
No, yeah, I wouldn't want to throw you into a volcano without knowing 100% that it would be good to do that.
Your consideration is appreciated.
Thanks.
But unnecessary.
Oh.
Paulina Khalil,
Yes.
I am Amuntha,
This fucking
Hello.
guy.
and I am beginning to think that I have had this conversation with you multiple times already.
Unfortunately,
There are
yeah.
echoes in my mind,
Yeah. But you're remembering.
gossamer
Things.
threads that I cannot hold on to.
Oh.
But you were sent to contact me by our master. Not master. Never master. Lord. No.
Yes. of
God.
course. God.
Um.
God. No.
The big man.
The
Yeah,
big
God.
man.
Yes, the big man himself.
Dog god.
Yes. I shall recoup myself in here.
Okay.
Perhaps in time I may be able to Paulina Khalil,
Yeah.
I am Umantha.
I remember you.
Ah.
Paulina Coca-Cola?
That's good. I'm
I remember you.
glad. I'll.
Take
Yeah.
my blessing. Go forth and do attend Ket's bidding,
Do a ton of cool things.
which is probably a ton of cool things, but
Yeah.
Do some push-ups.
Do a backflip.
It's
No, that's
It's
sad.
it's a relief to know that you're not in pain or anything in here.
I
Oh wait, you just reminded
Do
me.
not think I am.
Ah!
Oh no.
You did this.
no, I am
No.
not. It's
I
good.
think the well, this is out of character, so I won't bring it.
I am a ring,
Oh, it's
What?
brought.
an artifact, and trap.
Pardon?
Alina Khalil,
Yeah.
bye.
I think Discord's being weird to me now.
He just said
I-
bye, that's all.
Oh. Okay, I didn't hear that. You cut out halfway through the word "bye," which is not a good sign.
Wait,
He
no,
was
hold
done
on.
with this
But-
convo.
What?
But
Alina Khalil, wait.
Yep. Yeah.
No, I've forgotten again.
I'm sorry.
That
I'll check in on
sucks.
you though. I'll make sure that you're doing okay in here.
Paulina Khalil.
Yes. Thank you.
Welcome.
Khalil.
Paulina Khalil.
got a big doo-doo ass.
And with that, the eyes fade.
Oh.
The storm recedes. You are standing once again in Hayaba, in the foreign quarter. Pascal is looking at you quizzically. He's waving his hand in front of your eyes.
Yep.
And
Hey. Yep.
you are now the proud owner of the Endurance and Die Hard feats.
hey,
What?
Wow, what
that's some
the
good.
fuck?
That's
What
a
are
good feat.
these? What are these?
Die hard
Treasures.
Die hard means you can basically keep going even when you're in negative HP. So it's
my
very difficult, but you can. But it means
Oh
hey,
shit, I did not know that was a feat I could have given to Vampire. Hey,
Oh.
does that mean that everybody has to call you Paulina Khalil from now on? Is that the trade-off?
Yes, yeah.
Oh.
Well, you didn't have that dream. You don't know that that was the
Oh.
combo.
Well, yeah, but maybe I feel strongly
You do not.
Damn it. You're no fun. I mean, you are
My
fun.
feelings
That's
are
why I'm
so
here.
weak. They're so childish and insignificant.
What?
Your feelings, they're weak.
Oh,
Wow.
That's
no
what I think
apparent-
about you.
for no reason, Alkio's weak feelings hurt him, and he feels bad, but weakly.
Good.
Unless this is meant to be like he feels these feelings weekly, like on a weekly basis.
Anyway, Pascal is looking at you with some
fucking
concern,
got
Paulina.
Uh,
I'm
stupid.
an idiot.
How? How
Yeah,
are you
no.
awake?
I'm okay. I see you think. Yeah.
Awesome,
Hi.
great. Did you manage to do whatever you were planning to do?
Yeah. I should have told you beforehand.
Yeah, you kind of just zoned out there looking at my hand.
Sorry,
Such a nice hand.
I was
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I was told that I could maybe reach Amuntha in the ring if I gave it a shot, so I gave it a shot.
Did it work?
Yeah, he's in there. He's not all there though. He's a little fractured and scattered, let's say.
If I were just to pick a word out of the hat.
But he's in there. Will he
Yeah.
get better?
He made it seem like he might. I hope so.
Can we
I'll
get him
check.
out?
I don't know. And he didn't know enough to be able to tell me one way or the other. He said that if it's an artifact, it needs to be potentially destroyed in a particular way. But then he just sort of.
Wait, I can't take it off.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why.
We're gonna
Yeah.
have to destroy Pascal too.
He might
Hell
have
yeah.
more. He might have more to say if he recuperates a bit in there, gets himself together. But he didn't have a lot to say other than my name a lot, his name a lot. Yeah, he's not hurting or anything.
That's good.
He's just trapped maybe forever in the ring.
That's
Oh,
bad.
yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Well,
Shoot.
Agree with Archie.
wish we had some kind of powerful mage we could ask about enchanted items and such, but do we?
Those
I don't
don't
think we do.
exist.
I don't seem to.
Yeah. Yeah, this is. Oh, enchanted items. That reminds me. Not to change the subject, but honestly, thinking about how I have a prism stuck on my finger is kind of heavy.
Oh, don't think about it like that. That's.
Or do.
Yeah.
But I got my ships back in, and that means that I have stuff that I could sell if you guys want to peruse.
Ooh!
Wow.
That was a Rita noise and not a pow noise.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, pow. That was out of character.
Damn it.
Nah, it's
Wow, my mind is easily taken off pretty easily. God damn.
But yeah, I
Oh, no.
got my guys managed to pick up a few things from Viven. Hopefully we can sell it. But of course, you guys get first look. if I could find the page that I'm looking for.
Hell yeah.
Ah, here it is.
I feel like most of us don't have much money at the moment, though, right?
Sada has a lot of money.
It's been a while.
That's
Let's
true.
see,
Sada
the
is
bank.
continuing to hoard
Holy
all of your money.
cow, does
Well,
she
no.
ever?
I wanna bet.
got all of Cesare's money.
Yeah,
if you
I
remember.
want to bet. Remember,
Oh.
I've been
Yes,
holding on
I
to it
do.
since.
Wait. Who did you... Which one of my characters did you rip off?
Accio.
Okay. Right.
He
I forgot that I
he
had-
lost fair and square.
He
though,
was
so.
he was so blindsided by the fact that Batbuyer could come back that he forgot about this, and now his anger will go back to that. Because that was his booze money.
Boom.
So you want to take a look?
Yeah,
Hell yeah! Shopping!
ghost. like Piss Ghost says. I say yeah. I'm going to piss on it.
Oh no.
Oh,
It's
piss
Makamako.
ghost. Can I re-roll as the piss ghost?
You may not.
No.
Too late.
That it is not too late, actually.
I don't know, that sounds like an interesting character to me. I'm sure he
Yeah.
has a lot of pathos. I'm sure there's a lot to learn
Yeah.
about the Piss Ghost.
Mm.
He's got a storied history.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like pistery, am I right?
Yeah.
You'll never guess how I died.
Was it pissing?
No.
No, he was
Okay.
murdered in cold blood.
Oh
Got
shit.
stabbed. I was like, "How? What are you gonna do? Stab me?" And he stabbed me in the dick. Yup.
Yeah, it's the true
What are you
story.
gonna do? Stab me? Man, it was unstabbed. But yeah, here. Look into my wares. You might want to get the rest of the guys over in case they want to
No.
check out.
I do so.
Okay.
Hey boys, you pop
Hey,
into the boys chat.
All in the
Yeah.
boys.
I pop into the voice
Boy.
chat and then I regret it immediately.
Oh right, it's the boys chat.
The voice chat. Da-da-dee-da-dee.
Dodo. Cha-cha-cha. Zuba.
So, if you want me to, I can get specific items on order. They'll be back the next month. But if you want to just take a look at the random stuff that I've gotten,
Yes.
Yeah, sounds fun.
Random stuff. Random stuff.
okay. So I have 5 random stuffs.
Wow.
Potion of endless piss.
What?
What? I didn't say anything. Why'd you say that? That's so gross. You got a dirty mind.
We have something to add to the tome.
Well, what?
Nothing. It doesn't concern you.
Oh,
Is there a god of piss on Logus?
There-
Yeah,
there-
hell yeah.
What subdomain does that fall under, I wonder?
There is none.
The piss.
You sure?
Yes.
Yeah, I think there is.
The plane of piss that exists.
No.
Sal-
The
Sal's-
elemental plane
Sal's
of piss?
has confirmed that
That's
there's a plane for
fucking right.
everything.
They get more and more esoteric, but at some
Yes.
point there is the toilet dimension.
I
No.
did not
There is
realize that
there is a
Yeah.
theoretical plane of piss out there somewhere.
horrifying. I did not realize that the planes obeyed the subret rule.
Yeah.
I summon the piss elemental.
Hello.
The greater.
really thirsty. Do you have any water?
I'm out.
Oh no.
We have fun.
Did you type this out using your phone? Because I see AK-47.
What? No.
Bat Bear, Accio, Bat, AK-47.
Yeah, I just wanted to
Yeah,
call it
AK-47.
AK-47.
So first I got this belt.
Nice,
What's it do?
congratulations.
Yeah, that's a belt, all
Um,
right.
Called a belt of teeth, from what I've been told. And he
A
shows
belt
you
of
this belt.
teeth?
That's not what you
Hell
want.
yeah.
It's a leather belt, and it has a brass buckle on it that resembles 3 demonic faces. So apparently, this
What?
belt will bite people that you're fighting while you're wearing it.
Alright.
Cool.
I'm selling this for 4,000 silver. We got this amulet, which I'm told is a dragon foe amulet, and the amulet shows a disc of gold, with a dragon scale set in the middle of it.
That's
This will
nice.
make you hurt dragons more.
Well,
I do hate dragons.
I don't
Yeah,
know
who
how
doesn't
many.
like
I
dragons?
don't know how many dragons we fought.
You. We're gonna kill you with it.
No.
It's about damn time we kill Sada. Turns out we were the antagonists.
That's right.
I mean, dragons aren't unknown in this region.
I've never
Okay.
heard of one.
We have
Akio
met one.
throws
They
an
were
empty
nice,
glass.
but
Akio
thought
throws
all
an
the
empty
dragons
glass
were-
bottle at Sada. I'm the Shogun.
dragons are rare, but they're not gone.
Are they?
Dragons are unheard of.
Does that mean that Sada's rare?
Sada's not a dragon.
Oh, it's
Sada is a
I-
dragon.
I'm a
thought you
metaphorical
were-
dragon, not a literal one.
Oh,
Ooh, can we do that? Can we like just metaphorically label things and then the whatever this thing makes it easier to kill them?
No.
Like let's say metaphorically, I think that goblin is a dragon in a lot of ways.
That does not work.
Goblin.
You heard the goblin. He even admitted it.
I'm selling this for 20,000 silver.
That's a lot of silver.
I don't even have that much silver.
Well, guys need more silver.
yeah.
Well,
I mean, I'll buy stuff also.
What about friend prices?
maybe if we got like regular salary.
We do.
We do get a regular salary, but it is small.
Also, I mean, you don't get it anymore, Kasumi. You don't work for us anymore.
What if
no,
we
that's not true.
What if we caught the fire lizards and then sold them to zoos?
All right, I guess
But they're
Kasumi's gonna walk
what do
away.
you mean they're our zoos?
No, like we ship them across continent or whatever.
You guys wake up and Kasumi's just like not there.
I have this stole of justice.
Uh-huh.
This is
Where'd you steal it from?
long black stole. I bought it. It's a long black stole. It has marked at one end with golden
Funny.
scales and has the embroidered image of hooded justice.
Funny joke.
This makes you better at detecting lies, and you can detect people's like hearts. I guess allows you to like tell you what like if they're evil or not. You get and you can cast a truth spell 5 times a day. Apparently, it works better if you're like an inquisitor or something. But so that's 18,000. I have this bookmark. He holds up a silver bookmark. You know, it's one of those ones that like clip on. So this alters the book that it holds it, so that it appears to be another book entirely.
Boo.
This is a bookmark of deception.
Of deception of the book you're reading.
Yep.
Okay.
This one in particular will replace the text of whatever book that it's placed in with the legal code of Vivenne.
Are you fucking with us?
No, I'm not.
Oh.
and it also so basically, if you have an important book that you want to keep hidden and you don't want other people reading it, you put this bookmark in it, and it's suddenly the legal code of event, not actually what it is.
Does that sound cool to you?
And it also protects the book with non-detection. If you have an important book, I guess, I don't know. Now you're a wizard, so I guess this is really kind of a bad roll on the old random table.
Now you can read a book and nobody will know.
And finally, I got this ring.
What's the ring do? The look like?
It's
Sucks
a
your dick.
thick loop of mirror-like metal. Whenever the wearer of this ring takes the withdraw action or becomes helpless, it instantly makes her invisible for 3 rounds and creates 4 illusory duplicates that either run off in opposite directions or perform another plausible action.
Damn.
That does
Called the
sound.
decoy ring.
Yeah.
Does sound pretty good.
Sounds like the kind of ring, one might get for an important head of state to protect them.
I mean, I can also already go invisible, but I can't do that illusionary copy thing. That's pretty cool.
So, yeah, this will be, and this works automatically if you're ever rendered helpless, which is helpful.
Indeed.
So if someone gets knocked out, they turn invisible.
Yeah, and
That
also
would make it
creates
very hard to help them, wouldn't it?
well, it's only for 18 seconds, but it creates 4 illusory doubles of the person who got knocked out that begin running away, so the people go after them.
Oh, I want that.
Anyway, that's 12,000 silver pieces, and that's all I got for today, or this month rather.
So you should have that ring. Bet Bayer says.
Upon
Maybe.
describing all of his wares, Pascal sits down at the sort of bare table that he has arranged the items on a little canvas folding chair, and spins the ring of Amatha around on his finger.
Where'd he get a bear table from?
Bear store.
It's a store run by bears. People.
Hell yeah.
How much was the ring again?
12,000.
12,000.
Hmm.
I was thinking if I want to replace one of my current rings or not, because right now I have a ring of minor fire resistant and a ring of dueling dragons. Which is the dueling dragons one, it's the custom one you gave me, so I don't want to replace that one because that one's really good. Let me look something up here quick.
I also just have some regular healing potions.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Prove
Okay.
it.
Curious.
Good on you, Nuva. I'm glad you have some tasty sriracha.
Yeah, it's like citrusy. Yeah.
Ooh.
Prove it.
Alright, Sada will buy the ring.
Okay.
Get rid of most of my silver that I'm not spending.
12,000 viveni,
Alright.
or equivalent.
12,000?
Mm-hmm.
All right. There we go.
Oh, great. Thank you. And here you go.
All right.
Hope it keeps you safe.
What
Awesome.
was the ring called again?
The decoy ring.
Toy ring? Is that an actual item or is it one you made up?
Yes, it is. No,
Alright.
that's an actual item.
I'm just looking it up so I can copy and paste it.
So yeah, enjoy that.
All right.
I'm gonna go and put this money in a chest.
Should.
I could buy another ship with this. I might. With that taken care of, Paulina, you have been empowered by Amuntha
Whoa.
after finally being able to talk to him. And yes, the rest of the day is open to the rest of you. What do you do?
Well,
Actually, Jake, in my note, I noted that you wanted to do something at the end of last session. We didn't get to it, so.
oh my god, I don't remember what it was.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Killed.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Well, that's a bummer. Well, hopefully you do remember. Or think of something new.
I mean, maybe. I probably won't remember it because it's been a busy week and, you know, the world sucks right now. A lot going on occupying my mind.
That's fair.
With civil unrest on an all-time high. Hey, Oliver, I know you're the only one listening and watching. Black Lives Matter, man. Am I right?
That was
Yeah,
it. That was what
they-
you wanted to
That's
do.
did it.
If you say no, fuck you. Loop back around to me. I'm gonna think of something to do.
Okay.
Do you want to go for a swim?
So, that leaves Akio, Paulina. Paulina really just did something, but if Rita, you have other things that you intended to do. Guitarist or Sada, do you, anything you want to do with
Before the group breaks up from shopping, I do want to just put the idea out there of we should hire a mage. We should hire a mage.
Who?
I don't know, but we should
We
look
have to
into
find
finding one.
Have to find one that.
You know what?
Just
I could
someone who can
probably-
look at the items we find and tell us what they
Let's
do.
I mean,
You know
we
what?
can do that here, but I mean, we need one
You
when
know
we're out
what?
and about. We need
You
one
know
who can
what?
actually survive.
Oh my god. You know what?
What?
Outer Heaven's gonna start interviewing today.
I
Let's
mean,
see
wait,
who
we do
comes
have
in.
one.
Ah,
Edric.
Never the fuck mind what I said.
Right? Edric goes around our level. Right, Cells? If I'm right?
He's
I
a
don't
little
remember.
bit behind you.
Yeah.
But yes,
He is a mage. He's arcane trickster.
he is.
He went to
a
the
arcane trickster.
he went to the university.
The conservatory.
arcane-
Conservatory, yeah.
trickster.
He's a smart
But
guy.
yes, Edric Viano is what you would call a smart guy.
Yeah.
Be back.
I'm catching over here.
And hey, and like me, he's sneaky. So if things get rough, he can get away quick.
Also true.
Yeah.
He is clever that way. But he is currently on the island as he was recruited into our outer heaven for reasons that escape him.
The Sarugu Foreign Legion.
Yes.
I have a guy right for you. Adrian, come over here.
Did you just call me Edrin?
Hey,
drunk.
Edward.
I'm drunk.
What?
He's drunk apparently.
I've got rice in my mouth. Please, like,
I've got rice in my mouth.
don't
Please
make
don't
me.
look at me.
Okay. Hi everybody.
Hey,
Hi, Doctor.
What happened to your Brooklyn accent?
I never had one really.
where's Brooklyn?
Yeah. What exactly is a Brooklyn?
Oh, it's this thing. You want to understand?
Yeah. Okay. What can I help you with?
Well,
We need a mage. You're the best well, you're the only one I know that could probably,
You're the
actually-
best. Wait, only one.
also probably the best one I know. But the only one I know could actually probably stick around with us without us having to worry about horrible death.
wait a
Dying?
second.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Yeah, that's
Are you-
true.
Because we sort of keep running into the problem where none of us know anything about magic, so.
That's a really big blind spot to have
Yeah.
in the world with magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I could help you. With that issue, it seems like you kind of got a full party running around.
Yeah. Probably figure that out too. We do have a lot of people.
So I don't mind like identifying stuff you bring back to me, but I feel like after a certain point, there's diminishing returns on sticking people into an adventuring party.
Yeah. It's true.
Wow, you sure know your stuff about adventuring parties.
I went to university.
It's true.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You got them learnings. Man, I wish I was educated.
You're
So
fine.
the question is, who do we want to switch out? Because I
I don't even think I can read.
imagine we want to switch out to Shinichi because Shinichi's our only healer. So
Hey, Batfire, what's up?
Hey, does
Can
the
you read?
Piscos know magic?
Kasumi can heal.
Kasumi can heal, but not in
I'm
combat.
very surprised. I'm very surprised.
can't.
Oh, okay.
I'm very surprised that Kasumi can't identify magic. Like,
I don't use magic,
Yeah.
homie.
she uses
Oh,
She
okay.
uses element.
pure connection to
It
the
is a
element.
magical connection, but it doesn't require any actual knowledge
Yeah.
of magic to
Yeah, a
use.
sorcerer doesn't need to know anything about magic either.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh.
All feel.
does Amuntha know magic stuff?
Amuntha,
Can we just ask him?
as I recall, does not have knowledge arcana.
He
so
does
no.
not. Yeah, I remember
Fuck.
that was a problem too when we went to
Alright.
Polonius.
Classic.
Can we get like goggles of magic knowing? Can we order those?
Ooh.
There are no such thing as a goggles of magic.
Come
Knowing there
on.
are such things as goggles that let you detect magic.
What
Which could
about
be
not a party member, but he's just like we can phone him up. He's like like an assistant. Just like
Well, Edric is a little bit too self-respecting and frankly powerful to really fill into that role.
Yeah.
But there
too
are
bad. Do
such
it.
a thing as followers.
Yeah, cohorts.
Cesare had like 50 of them.
It's true.
Actually, I think he had
So,
about
Sada,
100.
if we could just take you and figure out your leadership score.
Yeah.
Your level is 13. What's your charisma modifier?
It is. Let me check here quick again. It is 4.
Okay. So that's a leadership score of 17. You have a special power, so I'll say that's 18 for +1. You don't quite have great renown, or particular renown for fairness and generosity. So we're still at 18. The leader has a stronghold, so that's another +2.
Sure.
So you have a leadership score of 20.
Hey.
Which means you can have a follower of 5th level.
It's true. I think Etric's a higher level than that, unfortunately.
Edric is a higher level than that, but you
Yeah.
could potentially hire someone.
It's true. We just have to find a mage of 5th level.
Put out a help wanted ad.
Huh?
Put out a help ad.
Oh yeah, you're right. I am the ruler of the kingdom. I can do that.
Yes.
All right, we do that then.
All right. You put out a call going to one of your
For
bureaucrats.
skilled mages, except not too skilled.
Skilled mages, but not so skilled as to like demand the high praise. Skilled mages that will follow me around for no pay.
Looking for experience. Come on, you guys.
All right.
Spin it.
Looking for exposure.
Yeah, we'll be paid in exposure. So yeah, you're able to put that around, and hopefully within a short amount of time, you will get someone coming up to you and saying, "Yes, I will do that." Actually,
Do we? Are they an assassin?
What's up? I'll take my headset off for a second.
You do not. It is not. You have not met an assassin. They do not appear immediately. So
Why not?
because that's not how things work.
I put up a sign saying, "Show up at the Grand Castle at 5 p.m. to get your ass kicked."
Get your ass kicked?
Yeah, by the assassin.
What assassin?
Oh, are we talking about the assassins that are here to kill us, or the assassins that are?
No.
No, I was asking if the mage that we hired is an assassin.
Oh.
Because we're putting out a big job offer. Basically be the president's right-hand wizard. Come on in.
Yeah, it is a big job offer. That's true.
Yeah. But we don't have that guy yet. So
That is correct. Where is this?
Where is the president?
Where is the president?
Well, he did do an inspection of his bunker for an hour while there was, a riot outside.
Unsubscribe from Jake's voice. Yeah, cry.
Ah, there we go.
Oh. This is a
Oh,
weird
I had it
thing
written down
to
here.
fuck with me.
No, I'm dumb.
Made me sad.
What you deserve.
Is it?
That's right.
Okay, so, what were you just doing? Ah, yes. So you put out you have your bureaucrats put out this word in a considered manner so as not to just attract anyone.
I accept the position.
You cannot.
Why not?
You're not a wizard.
I lie on the resume.
Gadaris changes his disguise and fools us all into thinking he's a wizard.
I mean, he could do that. That's the thing. It's pointless and deleterious to your group overall. But if he wanted
I
to,
disguise myself as a wizard.
Kadaris, you now look like a wizard.
Hello, I am Zanzibar.
He's in.
Wizard extraordinaire, watch as I turn my hands into whips.
Again, he's in.
That's just Gadaris.
That's not true, because as you can tell, I look nothing like him, and my name is Zanzibar.
Yep, I believe it.
It'll be a pleasure doing business with you. Goodbye.
Oh, you're leaving already. Okay.
Well, yeah, I've been accepted for the job. I'm off to do my kingdomly wizardly duties.
Besides this, do you have anything you want to do in Hayaba today?
Mandrake root.
Ah, okay. You do mandrake root. You grind it up and snort it. It's an awful experience.
Ah, wizards things. This is what a wizard does.
Also, I can't think of anything I want to do.
Okay.
The town. Last thing I want to do is try to scope out those last exclamation marks we got. That involves inventory. So,
It does.
yes.
Well, we also still have to do our kingdom building stuff.
That's also true.
Didn't we?
Oh.
No, we didn't do
Okay.
any of the roles because Sal's was like,
Oh, yeah,
well,
I
don't you
forgot.
guys actually have to talk to the religious people about the cathedral that you're interested in building?
Oh boy.
Yeah, I know.
Oh
You
man.
actually got to follow through on things that you
heck.
say.
Do we
So-
though?
Yes.
I know what I must do. Yes.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
I'm just making sure that that Sal's heard me. Usually he responds.
I did respond, but
I didn't hear you.
that's okay.
That's okay. Said in the saddest tone.
All right, I have to level up that there.
I'm sorry. We're in Kamako right now.
You are in Hayaba.
Hayaba. Okay, pardon me.
You are pardoned.
All
This
these
time.
towns. Oh no, they're in the ocean. Okay. So I am going to go out to the main square, main trade square, and put on a demonstration.
Ooh.
What is the demonstration of?
Water juggling.
Well, I mean, it does involve water and the use of it, so that might involve water juggling. But I don't know. I'm gonna go out there and show off my stuff and see if anybody's interested in maybe finding out if they have the ability to do such thing.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah.
you're starting a little water
fun.
swimmy club.
I don't know if I like that term.
A little water swimmy club.
That sounds a little dismissive.
No. Who wouldn't like a water swimmy club?
I think it's an admirable thing to do, and I think be really great. I want to watch it because it sounds cool.
Yeah, so I get up out there.
I'll just blast it off into space.
Yeah.
Kasumi, do you want to use any burn to do this?
I mean, yeah,
Okay.
All of the burn.
as much as I can.
Okay. I'm not sure how much that is at this level, but
It's a lot.
What are you gonna do?
so
Flood
yeah,
the
just
city.
make a perform check, but in lieu of ranks and perform, I guess you can make an attack roll.
Hell yeah.
And you can spend burn for a +2 on the roll for each point of burn.
Okay. Let me check out how much burn I can spend at once, because I think it's like 3 or 4. Okay.
Use your base attack bonus, not just a regular attack roll. It shows up.
Yeah,
This limit
don't
rises to 2 points of burn at 6th level and rises by 1 point every 3 levels after. So 3 points at 9, 4 points at 12. That's where we're at right now. So I'm gonna spend 4 points of burn, and you want me to make just an attack roll?
Just roll your basic attack.
Okay. Ranged attack. Plus, so that's 2 points per burn.
So +8.
Yeah.
Okay, so you rolled a 30. Whatever display you put on is exceptionally impressive. What exactly is the nature of your display?
So I first start by. Okay, so first I kind of just make an orb of water, and I juggle it back and forth, like bounce it from hand to hand, kind of like, go. Like when I say bounce, I mean like toss it up, catch it down with the other hand.
Mhm. You
Then
get a few people stopping by, going, "Hey, is that water? How should I? Oh wait, it's Lady
That's
Kasumi.
the
Oh,
big
oh,
general.
oh. Get a smattering of light applause.
and then from there, it's after a moment of doing that, the water it expands into 2 orbs, and then 3. Going from there to really wow them after I get 3 balls, I suddenly shoot them all up in the air, and they form into ice spikes. As-
Ooh.
As they come back down, I wait for a moment, and it's suspense and what have you.
This cannot be! Not even I, great Zanzibar, know these magics.
Damn,
What the hell is this
Zanzibar.
guy?
So
Zanzibar.
yeah, so I let them sweat a little when they think that the spike is going to come down and hit me, or the spikes, and then I catch them at the last seconds and I spin them super duper fast, and a whole bunch of other stuff. I could keep going. Like I could talk a whole bunch of stuff about
Everything
what all.
is wet and wild.
My mind
Everything is
cannot
wet.
comprehend this mystery.
Yes.
Does Zanzibar say burn the witch?
No, I stand in solidarity with witches everywhere. For I am Zanzibar, friend of all magics.
Hell yeah, Zanzibar. Fist bump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of the extent of it for now. As said, I could keep on going, but I don't
You
wanna...
get a tremendous amount of applause, and you get a few questions as to why exactly are you doing this. Well, it was pretty amazing. You get a few. How do you do that?
I announced to the crowd that I, of course, am an Undine. I have a certain connection with the plane of water, but just because I have that does not mean that you all can't also develop your own connection with whatever element you may please. I'm sure you've seen Lady Sada and her ability to generate fire. That's
Even I? An all-powerful wizard?
even you, an all-powerful wizard whom I've never met.
Incredible.
All it takes is hard work and a willingness to listen to the world around you. And I as I do it, I make a flourish of beautiful mist.
Oh,
Oh, a beautiful rainbow appears in the mist
Yeah.
from the influence of the bright Sarugo sun, and a great applause. And actually, you get roll a diplomacy check, please.
Okay. Tap back over there. Diplomacy. Oh, that's a green
Hot
number there.
damn.
I've learned from Cesare.
All right. You get a total of 13 people either asking to learn from you themselves, or like, hey, my child is coming of age. Would you please teach them, Lady Kasumi, so that they too can launch icicles through the air and do all manner of extraordinary and doubtlessly outrageously dangerous things.
wet and wild stunts.
You get a few questions can you only do water, or are there other elements?
Is such a thing legal?
There are indeed other elements. My specialty lies in water, but I
Can I enroll in lightning school?
I can hopefully help you communicate with lightning.
There is much nodding and appreciative glances. So you've gotten about 13 people who are interested in learning from you
Hell yeah.
currently.
I tape down all their names. I tell them that I have some matters of state to attend to. But next week, or next time I'm back in town, come to the palace and ask for me. And
You also
get
get a
started.
couple of questions about are you just going to be teaching it here, or do you have like are you setting up a place? Or are you going to make a school?
I will be making a school, a temple to the elements, one might say. However, it will be a period of time before that is available.
Ah. Well,
Yeah.
all right. The crowd begins to disperse. A number of people have given you their contact information, whether for themselves or for a family member that they think would be interested, or know that would be interested.
Hell yeah.
And yeah. And in the end of it, you see a certain long-haired Ifrit leaning against a post at the side of the square. And as you catch his eyes, he just gives you a very brief, polite clap.
Hell yeah.
Tim.
All right. Well, yeah. I guess I'll go meet up with Tatsu.
That
With
was
my
impressive.
pay.
That wasn't Tatsu. It's...
That was Tatsu.
Oh, okay. I thought you said it wasn't.
No.
Okay.
No.
Thank you. I figured it was time to branch out.
No. It's a good idea. Like, I don't know about any other places like what you're proposing, so I'm kind of hyped. I want to learn what this whole fire thing is about, I think, besides being on fire all the time. Literally.
I mean, I want to teach you too. You deserve to know all of these things and be able to do such incredible feats. I don't know.
There's a
Look,
flip.
I'm trying here, okay?
You don't have to justify yourself to me.
What?
I'm really excited to learn from you. Beyond just like spending time with you normally. It's this seems to be pretty cool. If are you busy? Maybe we could do some lesson now.
I say, lessons, huh?
Oh,
I wink.
I mean that's not what I meant, but yeah, no, I was being literal that you could teach me, but if you wanted to go for some sort of private study afterwards.
Do you want to go
You.
like, a date?
I usually just make dinner.
Well, yeah, but I mean, which I appreciate the work, but what if you didn't have to?
But all
Meal would
food is
probably
shit.
be worse. But yeah, no, I wouldn't mind just having an evening just to not have to worry about it and just to spend it with you.
All right, and then we go out and have a night on the town. And
A night on the town or a pleasant evening together? I interpret those as two different things.
well, we
Given
go on
Kazumi's proclivities.
we go on a romantic dinner date, okay?
Just wanted a clarification. It's good. The two of you enjoy each other's company greatly.
Yeah.
Tatsu's food is better though.
Ugh.
Tatsu's food is always good.
Oh,
All right.
yes. And so with that going
You
on,
die.
Gadaris, you are continuing to
That's
pretend to
right.
be the Great Zanzibar,
The Great Zanzibar.
Wizard Extraordinary.
Raisin Wizard Extraordinary.
Extraordinaire, maybe even. Um, Sada, you have nothing else to do. Akio, what are you doing? Eating dinner. Right.
Good
I
good
forgot.
thing to do.
So
Akio
Akio
eats.
eats dinner. Consumes food with his.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Okay. No, I'm done eating dinner.
Oh,
Dinner's
Okay.
been had.
I'm
I've
done
conquered
eating
it.
I'm
dinner.
done.
Fuck dinner.
I am drinking this. I am drinking this smoothie though. I
Smoothie.
don't really know what to do, so I will be like, "Hey, wanna join Outer Haven? Cause we're hiring.
It just
What's
goes
Outer
up to
Haven?
random people.
Hey,
Can you do magic? Please say yes.
Roll diplomacy.
okay, 1 second. Wait, there we go. We got bees.
Do you have bees?
Wait. Oh, that came up. Bam.
Ah,
There.
Um,
Oh,
you put out a general call for mercenaries. In the end, you get 3 hits of some rather dubious-looking would-be soldiers of no particular skill, but who are currently unemployed and wouldn't mind being trained as someone who hits things for a living.
all right, men or women. I don't know. Whatever.
Equal opportunity employer.
I'm gonna turn you into fine soldiers. Now, get on that roof. No, to start doing push-ups. I'm not allowed to
Okay.
throw you off roofs
No, you're not. That is illegal.
unless you're a child.
then it's
Unless
legal.
you're a child.
Bat Bear is confused as to why he ever put up with this person.
The Batfire is confused.
Bat Bear!
It injures itself in its confusion.
Oh.
Okay.
To be fair, Batfire was like 8
Yeah.
or whatever. I don't know. Centaur years. How do
Maybe
they
he
work?
liked it.
Bat
Yeah.
Bear is like 24 or something, isn't he?
I have forgotten. Like ever since he died, I threw his character sheet away.
Oh,
I mean, his character sheet was a digital document that I had control over, and I unarchived it. It's back in your.
Tried to be a cool, like, dude that didn't give a fuck about anything, but you gotta be like factual and shit.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm kidding. I actually don't remember. I have to look at let me see. How old is Batfire?
Bat Bear is 20.
Oh,
And he still
Okay.
is, really, because he didn't age while he was dead.
weird.
So he's actually your youngest party member at this point.
Nice.
Yay.
So yeah. Is there anything else that anyone wants to do for the end of the day?
No.
Alright.
What was that? Fred?
Nothing. I mean, I don't.
Is
Gadaris
Zanzibar
doesn't-
getting up to shit?
Yeah. He goes to Logan and slaps him in the face.
Logan blasts him to smithereens, sending him sailing all the way from Hayatetsu back to Hayaba.
He can't because I counter spell it.
You
by
can't
kissing
though. You.
him on the mouth. No.
Logan at this point has access to the freedom of movement spell. Just walks out of your embrace.
You can't. Gadaris doesn't have anything in particular that he wants to do. I don't think. I was just saying. Well, no. I guess I don't have anything to say. Never mind. Continue.
Oh, all right.
You know what? Actually, I know exactly what Gadaris
I've
is
changed
doing.
my mind.
Gadaris is going out there and is trying to find an actual wizard to give him cover. So I'm gonna roll my diplomacy to find a real wizard, but he's going to continue to be pretend to be Zans.
You know what? Go ahead, do that.
There we go.
You find one very quickly. There is a elderly woman currently in the market district with a small and fairly unassuming and not particularly successful looking stall, who is currently mixing poultices and waving her hand, causing some magical doodads to float through the air and generally be moderately impressive, as she attempts to sell various herbal remedies as you walk up to her.
All right.
Now, who are you?
My name is Gulpo Fig Newton. I represent Sada and the kingdom and etc. and blah blah blah. I don't need to bore you about it.
Gulpo Fig Newton is. What does Gulpo Fig Newton want with me?
We need a wizard because we don't know anything about magic. And we need consultation from time to time when we find weird gewgaws and doodads, or if there's a fight and somebody is saying strange words we don't understand, and we need to phone someone up real quick, and you don't know what a phone is.
The great Senri Urara.
That's right. I read about you, and I heard really positive things. And
Now
I knew that
know
was
you
the...
lie.
You don't.
You're correct, I don't, but I'm intimating it anyway. No one says such things about the great Senri Urara.
Well, they should.
Perhaps they should. What need you me to do?
Well, so wait, we decided we're not bringing somebody with us on the
No,
on
we
the
are.
thing. We are. You're
Yeah.
taking them with you.
Yeah.
Ah,
That's why
damn.
they're at
How
fifth
can I be
level.
Zanzibar and Gaidaris at the same time?
You can't.
That's fucking tough. Reroll a character. But I'm not re-rolling the character. I'm just pretending Gadaris died so he can pretend to be Zanzibar instead. It's tempting. We need somebody to come with us on official state business and be able to give us consult when seeing strange magics. For some reason, Logan can't do this. He's holed up in the university.
He's too high of a
for
level.
the rest of his life. He's too. I thought you were just gonna say he's too high.
That too.
And
Yeah,
so
you just
we're
occasionally
looking.
get reports from Logan, from Hayatetsu,
Hey,
Tank.
but other than that, you never hear from. After listening to your spiel, Gadars, Madame Urara, excuse me, Madame Senri,
Senri.
looks at you and goes,
Oh, that's her first and last name. I thought that was just like a long wizard name.
no, it is Senri is her surname and Urara is her personal name.
Okay.
She goes, you ask me to follow the meanderings of Sada Ryudo as she dives into the most dangerous areas of the world, looking to be killed, identifying the things that might kill her?
Yes.
Well, I feel like you've intentionally tried to word it in the worst way possible, but in a sense, correct. However, I would counter that you would.
Need, I will do this.
Great. Excellent. Now, important thing about all of this is you have to pretend to be a different person.
I'm what?
Yes, we've already hired a wizard whose name is
didn't, though.
Zanzibar. And that wizard was me playing a Jake. And I've kind of
Sada
stepped,
literally called you out.
and I've kind of stepped in it now. So now I need someone else to pretend to be Zanzibar, who is an actual wizard. I can assure you I am very adept at disguises, and they'll never know. They haven't had too many interactions with this
This is
Zanzibar
so
yet.
dumb. I love it. This
And
is so dumb.
if you do me this favor, I don't have any money because I'm an outsider. I don't say that, but I will owe you a great debt, and I promise you that my owing you such a thing is of great value to you.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
Excellent, great.
You rolled a 50 on diplomacy. She was going to say yes to whatever.
Alright,
this
perfect.
At this point, that's more mind. Like, can you just say something and brainwash anybody? Like with charisma? Oh wow, you could be a cult.
I mean, that was essentially Cesare's endgame. He became the mesmerist who could just brainwash anybody.
Oh neat.
But Gadaris has a lower Diplo and bluff roll than Cesare.
He says, rolling 50s.
Well, yeah, Cesare had a plus 50.
Yes. One of the reasons I am considering moving over to Pathfinder 2 is that it brings that somewhat under control.
What are you
really,
talking about? It was never a problem. Alright.
Yeah.
Well, I've concluded my hiring of Zanzibar, the Great Wizard.
You have. Another character to make stats for. Luckily, she's only level 5. So, rest comes to you all. And, yes, let us do a kingdom building.
Yes. Let's roll.
Oh, I'm bad at this.
Okay.
It's time to roll.
Cranking up the kingdom building machine.
I let the bureaucramancer out of his cabinet. I undo the lock.
His hair is like a little more frazzled than before, thinking about how to implement a representative democracy in Sarugu. One exciting development is that our loyalty is finally high enough that we can actually do. It's unfortunate this is the one oh wait, no. We don't even have a royal enforcer, right? Oh, we do actually. Sorry, I'm going back and forth.
Yeah, we also need to talk to the religious leaders.
Yes, but the cathedral's happening regardless.
Bring them in.
They're going to start building it before you even talk to them about it, just so you know, because that's how you play that one out. But we're able to do the Royal Enforcer roll, so that means we can actually decrease some unrest prior to other stuff. But anyway, Sada.
That's me.
Get a d20 and add 136 to it.
All right.
Really, you can just roll a d20 and see if you roll a not a... Hey, great, we succeeded.
I rolled not a 1. I did it.
All right, that means our unrest decreases by 1. Now, pay consumption. So all of our soldiers are out. So we have a lot of consumption, and that depletes our stockpile in the granary down to 0. And I will mark all the soldiers as back off of active duty. Okay, Royal Enforcer. I guess Sada can just do this again since profanity is missing.
Yes.
But it's a d20 plus 103.
All right. What are the worst
Well,
rolls? Is it time
okay,
for me to
well,
use my reroll?
I don't think this is worth the reroll. All it would do is reduce unrest by 1.
Oh, okay.
And we could just like put a house down somewhere to do that.
Okay.
But that's funny that even with our finally stabilizing loyalty, we still can't successfully do that roll.
Failure on the Royal Enforcer roll might actually increase.
Oh yeah, I think that's true. What a bad roll. Then you might need to do the reroll then.
All right.
Um,
Tell me if I do.
yeah. I think you're right though. I think I never made a note of it because we were just never
During the
doing
upkeep
that
phase,
roll.
you may decrease unrest by 1. If you do so, you must succeed at a loyalty check, or a loyalty decreases by 1.
Loyalty decreases by 1. Oh, okay. Then yes, you do need to reroll.
All right. Let's hopefully I don't roll bad
Because
again.
that'd just be a pain in the ass to.
And also, we're just
work
never
into the
rolling that
sheet.
die ever again, as it turns out. Because that is not worthwhile.
It did decrease unrest by 1.
Yeah, but building a house
does that
decreases
automatically.
unrest by 1.
And this doesn't cost anything, except potentially 1 loyalty if you fail the roll.
That's steep. 1
Yes.
loyalty is about 10 BP worth. Anyway, it's not important.
I did it. I rerolled and got it good.
Yes, we got it. It succeeded.
I
The
rolled
unrest
above
is
a
now
1.
0.
Congratulations.
We finally got it back down. Okay. This is where abdications are happening again, because Suru is leaving the Royal Enforcer thing, correct?
Yes.
And becoming general.
Yes.
Yes.
What are Suru... What's Suru's constitution?
I believe it's a 16, so plus 3.
Oh,
Can't
man.
you also use strength for that?
Our stability roll is... No, general is only constitution or charisma.
I thought it was.
It's actually
It's not.
I added Constitution. It's originally Strength and Charisma.
Yeah, strength and charisma originally. Yeah.
Well, do you want to fudge it and make it back to strength? It's a little bit playing fast and loose, but I'm fine with it.
It is. And to be honest, I think I would prefer to leave it as Constitution.
Okay.
Damn.
So this is a worse bonus for general, unfortunately, but I will swap them. Suru, player's ability 3. She doesn't have any profession soldier, correct?
Don't
She
believe so.
does, but not enough ranks yet to make a difference.
How many?
She
Just so
has
I can
4
look
ranks.
Okay. No leadership for Suru, right?
Correct.
Okay. Went from 8 to 3. And we don't have a Royal Enforcer right now. Delete that. And that means we have to do a check to make sure that we don't have... If abdicating position increase unrest by 1 and Royal Loyalty check to see if there's a vacancy penalty. So roll a d20 plus 97.
All right.
You have to beat a 101. Hey, nice.
Hey, I just did it.
Alright. So
You
there
have
isn't a vacancy
not rolled above a
penalty.
10.
I
on
know,
these.
it's very
You have not
bad.
rolled above a 5.
You're just squeaking by.
But-
Sad is
although
a very
actually-
good ruler. What are you talking about?
Alright, so unrest goes back up by 1. And now I think that's all the tedious stuff done. I guess we can afford some hex claim. How much money do we have? Sorry.
You have 80 BP in your treasury.
Yeah. 80. So the cathedral. And then a bunch of hex claims, sawmills. So we can claim 4 hexes. Do people care where these go? Otherwise, we would probably just like
Nope.
claim the nice ones.
Nice will start getting them.
I guess we can claim.
You can finally
The-
claim this road that we don't own.
Yeah, let's claim the road. 615. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Let's claim the last mountain hex. 611. Let me write these down. 615, 611. I forget. You said one of these had a resource on it. Was that 511 or
It
13
was 714.
714? So let's just claim 714.
Hmm.
And
You said 611?
611, 615, 714. And 816, I guess? I don't know. Just fill in the middle. Start
Yeah.
to fill in the middle.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
Okay.
Then a cathedral is gonna go in Hayaba.
Are you moving any houses around?
We have to.
Yes.
So, how much space
Give me
does the
that. Give me that
cathedral
Hayaba
take?
map.
4.
Need the map of Hayaba.
Oh, interesting. Why doesn't it? Oh, it does update. Okay, so 4. So we need to move some tenements and houses out of.
It would be better to just use the sheet, as Hayaba does not
Yeah,
have a
okay.
map.
I thought it.
that's fine.
All right then.
No, it's. I think I'm on Sal's side here. That would be such a nightmare to keep track of with all of these cities, and like we'd be playing Tetris with all of these buildings.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like in the kingdom building campaign, I don't really know if kingdoms get up to this size.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why not?
Well, I mean, they let you build like as many cities as you want, but you're right. Like,
Typically,
Anyway.
it'd be focused on a single city, and
I don't know. Let's move all 4 tenements out of the main district so that the main district doesn't have tenements in it.
Okay.
We'll put them in the food district. We're still calling it the food district, even though that's the.
Hey, that's where all the people. I bet all the people who. Most of the people who
That's
live
where
in the tenements
food for
work.
thought are.
I bet that's
Mhm.
most of the people who live in the tenements work in the food district. I bet.
Perfect. So we're
Yeah.
that's the new factory area.
There we go.
Let's get rid of these tenements. Demolishing housing. Okay. Those are moved. Cathedral has been added. One second. What's the month? What's the new month then?
The new month.
Yeah.
The new month. The month that you are currently in, rather.
We were in Segundai, right?
Yes, you're in Tursday right now.
Yeah. Okay. Tursday 82. Cathedral in Hayaba. So now we have 22 remaining, which means sawmills and farms. 3 sawmills, 4 farms. And I don't know, Sal's like we can just like plop them down kind of basically wherever. Oh, what's the resource? What's the resource at 714?
It is stone.
Cool. Finally, we got rocks.
The quarries are more expensive than.
Start throwing rocks.
Wait, so that's like the thing with the Iterons, where it is like a normal quarry but gives you a +1 bonus to BP. Is that correct?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, then we probably might as well just put a quarry on that stone and claim it while we've got it. Quarries cost 6 BP. Oh my god. Okay. One
Okay, where else are you
quarry,
putting things?
-6. Quarry, 2 sawmills, so it's another -6. I guess, I don't know, it doesn't really matter particularly much. 817 and 818.
Yeah.
Those are forests.
Yeah.
And then 4 farms, and it's anywhere where there's grass, so like 917, 1116,
Yeah, that seems
1115, 716.
Yeah.
That's -8 for farm. And that leaves us the last remaining BP for constructing those samurai that they were talking about.
Yes.
Sorry, so was that 917, 1116, 1115, and 716?
Yep.
I also need to mark this down. 11, 11, 16, 9, 17. The sawmills went 08, 17, 08, 18, and the quarry went on 07. And that was everything. And then they trained the samurai. Okay. That is all of our money.
All right.
Kachi.
Time to
what
get
was it?
more
Yeah,
money.
were they Bokachi? Yeah, I think he asked for
It was a Yarikachi and a Bokachi.
Yarikachi Bokachi. Oh, I think that means. Oh, yeah, okay, one fewer sawmill then, because the quarry costs double of a sawmill. In order to afford all of this, we need to build 1 fewer sawmills. What a tragedy.
Damn. Next time.
Which one,
Come on.
17 or 18?
17, I guess.
We've got the bandits surrounded now.
Okay,
Never get past
you can
the
do
sawmills.
you can finally do the econ roll.
All right. What am I rolling?
So you're rolling d20 plus 141. If you roll a 1, I'll be mad. Because that's just all of our money. Yay!
I rolled another 5.
Jesus.
146 divided by 3, we
Oy.
got 48. 48 money.
48 money.
And we get some bonus BP as well. Okay, it's over.
Excellent.
Well, no, sorry. I guess there's finally the event phase. We didn't have an
Oh,
event
yeah.
the last time. So you roll.
75%
and
chance.
All right.
If you roll more than 75, no event will.
All right.
If you roll
No,
75,
if you roll
or higher.
75 or less.
Okay, you guys ready?
No. All right, it's an event.
An event. Let's
So now,
trying to figure out what
time
it
get
is.
to roll.
What?
I get to roll.
Oh.
Now you get to roll. Well, I mean, Toom can roll too. But...
Nope. Don't you steal this from me.
It's mine.
Finally.
Sal's hisses.
All right, I can type in this stuff.
Why is the link to the events not working?
But if they don't want it to happen,
Clearly. Oh, what
There
the
you go.
fuck?
Gave you the link.
good
Now you
quarry.
got it.
I'm gonna call it the good quarry because technically you can just build a quarry anytime on any hill hex. So you're just saying like this is an exceptionally good stone area, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it gives you 1 bonus BP.
D100. 75. A beneficial settlement event.
Hey.
Fuck.
Yay!
Motherfucker. Every time.
Sucks to suck.
Eat shit.
A wealthy immigrant.
Ah,
This
Woohoo!
again? Didn't we get this before? No. Oh no,
No.
that was a different one. That was like a foreign person shows up
Okay,
to
so
like invest.
you know how the ambassador of Montfaucon is showing up? Has
Yeah.
shown up.
Yeah.
He's just straight up building a noble villa in
Oh, great.
Hayapa at no cost to
Hey.
you
nice.
if you choose to allow it.
Well, it's going in the food
Yeah.
district.
And it provides its normal benefits. You'd prefer if you moved 2 houses to.
Too fucking bad. Those are hardworking Sarugan. What kind of optics would that be?
Wait, what about the foreign quarter? Is there any room for its mansion there?
There is no foreign quarter.
The foreign quarter is a literal building, so
Oh,
no.
okay. Just put it inside that building.
Alright, we'll maybe move some stuff up. 17.
Yep, that is his loan demand that goes in the main district. Otherwise, you can move the dump also if you want.
I don't know. Well, everybody over here kind of likes the dump. Wait a minute. How can I put this in? Okay.
Over
Well,
the
then
course
that's
of the next
everything.
month, a large estate is just going to appear in the middle of Hayaba. This, like, grossly ornate Rococo building that just appears out of nowhere. Like, you don't know where he got the marble and the columns that for the columns and all the paints and artisans that clearly are not endemic to Sarugu, but he got them.
Nice.
Probably the Great Wizard Sansa. That's my theory. Okay.
So yeah, you are now the proud owner of one new noble villa in the middle of Hayaba. That you got entirely for free.
Excellent.
The house? 2 houses, rather? The district? Nobody is live. Wait a minute. Oh, we don't have houses in Hayaba.
You have 6 houses in Hayaba.
Why can't
Scroll
I?
up.
Oh, I have to scroll up.
Yeah, Hayaba has gotten big enough that it is sprawling a little.
Another noble villa, so I'll just put 2 for the noble villa column.
Mhm.
Perfect.
Congratulations on your big fancy houses, including one that just does not belong at all.
Excellent. As it was meant to
Oh.
be.
You have begun construction on a new cathedral, a massive temple complex to incorporate the 3 gods that you have chosen to represent Surugu and hopefully Hadano itself.
Yes.
You've got however, while so you have Shunichi, who's basically your representative for Silva. You have Pao, who's essentially a representative for Atanket. And you have Grida, who is your priest of Polonius. They are currently in a room with you.
What about the Atenket priest?
He is there as well.
Okay.
He had a cool name. It was like
Tone
Kage or
Taji.
something. Okay.
Tony Kage.
Oh.
No, it's Tone Taji.
Gee.
Hope we're right.
He is there too.
He's going to invent Skateboarding.
And he's the one who speaks first. And he goes, I have observed that you're building a big new temple.
Surprise.
It looks like it's going to be huge. I presume that this will be the new temple of Atunket.
Guess
Right.
again.
No.
No.
Of course not, observes Greta. This is clearly a greater and newer temple for Polonius. As only one so expansive as he could possibly hope to fill such halls with fun.
Stuff. With those McDonald's
You're
slip
both
and slide.
right.
Yeah. We actually hope to encapsulate the worship of all three official gods within these walls together in harmony.
And then Civil War started.
Damn.
Shinichi starts to go, I think that this could be, and it just erupts into there. Tone and Greta start yelling at each other. You can, and at you, you cannot possibly be thinking that we would worship Atunket, the noble and good and with the likes of this. Excuse me, the likes of who? The only the one who should be complaining about being trapped in a sweat factory with a expired sumo wrestler.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Tone is sputtering and clearly angry.
These are uncalled for words.
Be nice.
I think we will reach a day where we are all working alongside each other comfortably and peacefully.
Alina,
But I can see
Polonius is
Yeah.
evil. That is a matter of perspective. That is exactly what evil people say.
But Polonius is worshipped across this island. He's established here, and for good reason. This is a land full of delicacies. It's a land of food and spirits and hot springs, and it's good to indulge sometimes with the right discipline to back it.
Can't believe you love Polonius.
Can you really make gains without having to make some weight first?
That's
Can you really
Exactly.
eat more without?
boom.
You got a carb load, yeah.
You can really eat more.
No,
you
I
don't burn off.
understand that you need to eat big to get big, but this takes it to another level. The point is to improve yourself, not just to eat. All they do is the first part without any consideration to the second.
That's mean.
And
That's not
Not
entirely true.
Say it, don't say it.
The worship of Polonius is about more. More
What?
personal power and sculpting oneself into what exactly one feels is the maximum potential. This isn't necessarily counter to our teachings. Though, of course, you'll need to take a secondary role.
Yeah, that's true.
What? Scopal
Yes.
Fig Newton.
no, that's not true. Don't listen to Fig Newton.
Okay, it's not true. You got me.
That's a ridiculous name.
How dare you?
Those
Which
are
one were
those
you? Was
Bimini's
that the
names.
Polonius one?
Every time I hear Fig Newton, I
No,
want
that's-
to eat.
Tone Taji. The
Oh my god, so much for the, good kind Tenket people, huh?
I mean, to be
Just
fair, your
insult
name
a
sounds
name.
delicious.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
May,
You've got-
may everyone have such a delicious sounding.
This.
Listen, I know it's difficult, but also this was our expressly stated, I thought, an idea. And if anything, perhaps this is something that all of you could actually stand to embrace, even though you might not agree with all of the different creeds of these different faiths. You're not going to be able to temper or convert or teach anyone something different if you do not at least try to reach out to those people. And you might find it advantageous to share space, because the fact of the matter is that's the country that you're currently living in. That's the decision that we came to.
Roll that
Hmm.
diplomacy button.
Mhm.
I'll click that diplomacy button. Not a one, not a one.
Hey,
A 3.
it's a 3.
Ooh, a 3.
Yeah.
Tone Taji
What the
does
hell?
not look happy about this. I was expecting to promulgate the worship of Tenket, not form some sort of syncretist religion with the likes of these people. I don't mind if they want to worship Polonius, just don't do it in the same complex as we do.
But why?
So you do mind.
Also, why?
Why? You... Who was that? That was Akio?
That was Akio.
You have been to the realm of Polonius. Surely you have seen what
He's
that
the wrong one to talk to.
tempter draws people to do. What?
Okay, but wouldn't you have an easier time converting people over and showing them that your god is better if they're within vicinity?
Well, to be clear, we don't want people to be converted over. We want people to believe all 3 of these
Yeah,
at the
but I'm
same
lying.
time. But
You
yeah.
see? Or what is it? I'm not lying. I'm stating a possibility.
Look, even if you are
Imagine
combining
the
the
orgies.
3, you successfully combined the 3 religions. There's only. It's not like you're creating a syncreted afterlife.
Why not? Let's do it.
That's not
You
how
thi-
it works. There are someone will they'll die. They'll go to Crypta, and she'll send them either to the Contender's Realm, the World Tree, or the Verdant Groves.
They can't pass them back and forth.
No, you cannot pass them back and forth.
Have
A
they
god does
tried
not give up
to?
a soul.
Are you sure?
Have they tried to before?
That's nonsense, Mr. Fig Newton.
I don't know. I didn't know. I'm just asking questions.
I
You
thought-
should talk to Pao about this, because she was the large part of what came up with this idea.
Yeah.
How you have spoken to Atenket. Is this actually what he wants?
If only Sada had, if only Pao had
Oh,
my
man.
decoy ring right now.
Oh God, right? Pass out, go invisible.
It also works if you use the withdraw action.
Yeah, you see Pao sitting there for 18 seconds before she suddenly disappears.
Oh man, this is tough because the Tenket said he wants to win,
Yeah, I know.
which is like, how do I spin this? Shit. Well,
Sounds like you know better than your own god.
No.
I think you do, though.
No, I think your concerns about afterlife make sense. Of course, you can only go to one place, and it makes sense that someone would want to. They prefer one god over the others, but to augment their worship of that god with the understanding and practices of the other in this trifecta, I think would be an enriching experience to better know yourself and your wants and your needs and how to become a better person. It all just sort of supports each other, I think, in a way That is very nice and complimentary.
Roll diplomacy.
Oh boy.
Let's think of the orgies.
Oh no!
A 3 again.
Don't worry, the orgies will
This
be.
Why
time
does
it's
this
with a plus 10.
happen?
You hate to see it.
You hate to see it.
Cut down in her prime.
Yeah. I mean, but I'm no cleric. I'm just I'm a follower, and
You're,
I'm sure there's wiser than me out there
No.
that could
just
probably.
the mortal voice of a 10 cat.
No, like the literal guy told you that you're.
No,
like,
but people
the
don't know
wisest
that,
one.
so we're not gonna.
Yes, but this guy does.
Well, Jesus Christ, a 10 cat.
Wow.
He's not available in this church.
I
Get out.
mean,
I guess the Jesus Christ equivalent to a 10 cat would be his brother.
no.
What's his name? God.
Ka.
Ka, yeah.
Ka, yeah.
By cost.
Well,
You haven't convinced me, but I realize that I must submit to my liege in this case.
I've been pretty mature about this.
Understand, Greta. I will do everything in my power to rescue every soul within this
Wow.
realm
Um,
from
He became
your
so
master's
powerful he
clutches.
picked the fourth wall.
what if we did trust fall exercises with
Wait,
all of
wait,
the
are
other
we just
clergy?
okay.
I will not do a trust fall exercise because I would be put on a team to catch Baradun purposefully by her so that I'd be squished.
We would assign the teams. And I would assign Barrett to fall on him.
Nuva, he said Greta, the
Oh, I thought
Yeah,
I heard
the
Rita.
Polonius. Yeah, I know. I hear my name a lot too when he says that. I'm like, what? Oh no. But
Alright, so. I
Then
guess
he sort of just crosses his arms and looks cross.
the Polonius and the 10 cat temples will duke it out constantly while Scylla will make sure they don't kill each other. That's the true plan.
No. I'd have to talk about it more because, like,
Personally, I think that this arrangement will allow the two-face mentioned
3.
to bounce off and counteract each other quite well. And in the yin and yang of a Tancred and Polonius, all people may have a better conceptualization and appreciation for the totality of the universe and themselves.
True.
Thus placing them on the path to enlightenment and silver as it should. What? I'm just saying.
we just invent our own heaven. I don't know. Part of it is, though, I mean,
What if we just made someone a god and made our own heaven with that god?
this
Maybe we can be
discussion
outside-
of the afterlife.
Maybe we can
I
make a
mean-
heaven outside of, heaven.
An outer heaven of some sort.
Like, the afterlife is one thing, of course, but these people exist in our country on this plane, and we also are interested in doing what's best for them in the present. And having this, like, totalizing singular vision of a single, what is just, does not produce, like, a strong or cohesive country that would aid them. I mean, I recognize that then they'll pass and the rest of their lives will be spent in an afterlife, but then, like, if I have any sort of organization and just devolve society into a free-for-all, because nothing really matters aside from the afterlife that you eventually are processed into. Like, these people still need to be given a good life on this plane as well.
Oh snap! He
You may
got
roll
you.
diplomacy again.
Here comes the 2. Oh, it's
Hey,
a
a
9.
9.
That's better.
That is a
Still,
better 9.
nobody's rolled above a 10 yet. But
True, but you essentially rolled a 40. But you actually rolled a 43, which is, in this case, you seem to mollify Tonetaji. Greta has gone from feigning relaxation while actually being irritated to actually being relaxed. And Shinichi is as unreadable as ever, but he gives you a curt nod as you finish.
Cool.
All right. I must insist on an individual temple of Atunket
Yeah.
as well.
Don't worry, that'll happen.
well, easy. The temples, those are pricey.
Hey, the cathedral gives us a discount.
Polonius has a temple.
It's true.
Yeah, it was free though. Sorry. there. Yeah. That's an individual
wait.
temple.
Why doesn't the temple help raise money for it?
Oh.
I mean,
How-
it's a great idea, but I think that should be something that the temple does help out with.
Fundraiser war.
One
You're
thing.
suggesting that the temple of the Emperor of Excess raise money to build a temple for the Iron-Bodied.
Yeah.
I mean, I was suggesting that the Temple of the Iron Body raise money for the Temple of the Iron Body, but yeah, sure. Why not?
You could have like a bake sale.
I
Excessive
misinterpreted.
bake sale. Put weed in it.
It would be like a show of solidarity between the two and a willingness to work together for the good of all.
It would be. Hmm.
No.
And watching the Atunket worshippers is good eye candy. All right.
I'm imagining the
Everybody's getting along.
cathedral. The cathedral is like multi-leveled, where there's like the gym area, and then there's just like a viewing platform above the gym area, and that's for the Polonius worshippers.
Just hang out.
Mm-hmm.
Um.
Man, if we keep building temples for every single god, the main district with the castle is just going to be religious buildings and the castle.
It's gonna be a lot of that. Yes.
Yeah, and the castle will be the biggest building because no god's above us.
Oh, actually, they take up 2 squares. Okay, yeah, we had just like that would be it. We could move the last of the houses out of the main district, and we could support 2 more temples. That's it.
Nice.
You still have the dump in the main district, though. I'll note.
Ah, yes.
The dump. Everybody likes the dump.
The dump is the fourth religion.
Yeah.
Mm.
I guess there's the barracks. No, we can't move the
I
barracks.
replaced the dump with an incinerator.
I guess you can move the dump out, but that would only give us 1 more like building spot, which isn't of any use really. So whatever. Anyway, doesn't matter.
With this meeting thus concluded, you have the Greta and Tonetaje leaving just your party in the meeting chamber.
The main homies.
Yes.
Yep.
Shunichi looks around at you, his neck slowly clicking as he pans around the room.
Hey.
Well, I thought that went well.
Yeah.
Of course, Silva will require a temple as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like y'all just work together to raise the money.
Just like put like some trees up. I don't know. Like hang out in some trees, right? That's it.
No.
No, I don't think that's it.
Okay,
It's
Rita.
not it.
Alright, hey, speaking of, I'm gonna need some money to build a temple.
My dude, there's no. You get a shrine.
No. It's not gonna be.
Why can't you raise the money to build a temple?
Well, somebody's not giving me a salary.
Oh, we had a
Wow.
kingdom phase. We all get salary.
Get fucking own
There again.
to him.
I have to look it up again. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Wait, don't we
Bank.
get 2 things of salary? Two, because we didn't. I don't think we went over that last.
No, you got the last one. I added it in the
Yeah.
thing. Da, da, da. Wasn't it? I think it's just like 500 silver though.
It is.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken.
A quarter of a BP point.
Hell yeah. That's all you need.
You know what? I am gonna have a bake sale
All right.
because I have the best chef in all of Sarugu.
Ah,
You do.
How many of us are there? One.
You also have to spend another week on actually running the kingdom. So if you
Yep.
want to do you want to
Also,
just do
just
that
realized
now?
we still haven't dealt with a fat rat.
One.
He was coming. He was coming to visit.
He's on his way.
So we have to build some. What I'm hearing is we have to build temples, but I don't understand where that funding is coming from. Because do I have to earmark some BPs for it right now, or is that going to be?
But actions that the various players will take in the upcoming month can reduce the amount of BP that the 2 temples will take.
Okay.
True.
So 2 temples. For those 2. Now I'm also hearing Kasumi wants to build a temple.
Well,
Are you
no,
building it?
I'll handle that on my own.
Okay.
Kasumi doesn't need a
over
temple.
time.
Kasumi needs a monastery.
Well,
Yes.
Kasumi needs like a school, a university, or whatever.
A place of stuff.
Monastery is probably the closest equivalent.
Are there 5 of us in the party, or 6? No, there's 6 of.
There are 6.
Okay, so that's 3,000. Kingdom building salary. Going out 6 people. Okay.
And Kasumi, you're planning on putting it in, not in any of the actual cities, correct?
No,
Ah.
that's why I'm gonna do it through role play, hopefully primarily, and
I
also
see.
raising money. But I was hoping to do it around 7-Eleven because it has good, or either that or 6-Eleven because it has access to all the elements.
Hmm,
That is true.
true.
And up in the mountains is just like a good place for building a monastery in general.
It's also
Yeah,
true.
I've seen
Good
it before.
theming. Yeah, so I'm gonna start with a bake sale and awareness campaign.
Okay.
Bake sale and an awareness campaign. Okay. Are you doing that this week while you're not running the kingdom because you don't have to anymore?
Yeah, boy.
Heck yeah. You
Free agent.
recruit Tatsu, and in between teaching him how to
Does Tatsu
tap
gain?
into his fieriness, which, by the way, he's actually really coming along.
Oh hell yeah! What level is he now? Is he level 1?
You have no idea because that is an abstraction that you can't really comprehend
Damn
in your
it.
variant.
I cast comprehend abstraction.
You do not have that spell. Welcome back, Rita.
Hello.
Tatsu has demonstrated the ability to wield fire beyond just his single burst that he could conjure a day, and is now able to do sort of basic pyrokinetic things. Move fire around, cause them to go turn on and go out, hold a little flame in his hand.
Aww.
And he is extremely excited.
I am extremely excited for him.
Yes. Which means he also put a lot into making these baked goods. So he'll just take a 20 on make baked goods.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
So you have a as if he rolled a 35 for
Sweet.
profession chef on baked goods. He does this daily for you.
Shit. All right. Yeah.
And in the end, after the entire week,
Have $1 billion.
no. Are you out of your mind? They're baked goods.
They're really good though.
They are really good. That doesn't mean that like people are selling their entire life savings in order
You
to
get
and
30 silver.
taking a mortgage out on their house. I'm going to look up how profession works.
Oh
Again.
god. My condolences.
Yeah. The funding there is not incredible by any stretch.
Oh shit. Sorry, Sal's. One of those farms was supposed to go on the peppers.
Ah.
The peppers.
Yeah, 510. So can 716 go onto the peppers instead? I'm sorry that you do your other stuff, obviously.
Oh, nope. That is fine. 716, you said?
Yeah, you can take that one off and
Whoop.
put the peppers onto it.
You now have another pepper farm.
Excellent.
And does it work at like the other pepper farm?
Yes, they are identical.
Meaning it is a bonus BP per number of trade routes.
Mhm.
Great.
So. Da-dee-dee-dee-dee. Da-dee-dee-dee. What tells you what the weekly wage is?
Yeah, that's not really a great abstraction.
Alright. He's really good. So. Untrained laborers and assistants can earn an average of 1 silver piece per day. Oh, I see. I'd have to look up the actual baker skill. Which incidentally, he has chef, not baker, but whatever. So sure, I'll do this. This is going to be a ridiculous amount for baked goods. You get 340 silver pieces over the course of the week.
340.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I must call upon an eldritch power.
Ooh.
I pull out an abacus.
You
I
like shake it like a maraca.
no, I do the sacred calculation.
Right.
Yeah, and
You add 2 plus 2, then you divide it by 2.
yes. And I inquire to the bureaucramancer once he arrives.
You're standing there, and you standing there for a little while, and then like you look up and you see like this thing moving at a very high speed, and as soon as you notice it like whips downwards, and you hear like a swoop, and a little tube appears right by you, and there's a note. What?
Incidentally, the bureaucrancers of T actually do have something similar. It's not a pneumatic.
The shape of his sending spell is a pneumatic tube. It's his familiar.
But no, actually, what they do is that they have enchanted sensors that they can burn messages in, and the message will appear in a sensor somewhere else. So that's how the administration of T actually communicates with itself over the long distances, since it's actually a very large country.
Neat.
Mhm.
Yeah, I am going to inquire about a land grant for a in the mountains south of the volcano.
The note in the tube, it disappears. A
Does
little
it
moment
says-
passes.
Says denied.
Comes back, swoop. Are you talking about 611?
Yeah.
What size of how much land? How much are you looking at?
Oh boy. All right. Average size of a monastery. Because they could be all manner. I mean, I guess to start with, I'd probably want to buy more than enough land and then build up to the land.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you want a few acres, basically.
Yeah, let's go with a nice like a 4-acre parcel of land. If I ever need to buy more, I can buy more. I don't imagine the mountains are exactly high profile priority.
Well, they're hard to get up there.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's not any roads going there at the moment. You're not going to want any, will you?
I mean, I'll have a path eventually, like a path for which people to journey, if you will.
From
There is a road actually going to 710.
no, that's an aqueduct.
Yeah,
Well,
that's an aqueduct.
So you
I mean,
could like
you
teach
got to-
some
you gotta
water
surf.
people to slip and slide, fucking surf the aqueduct, but we don't want your foot stink in our drinking water.
anywho,
Please don't do that.
so yeah. Well, I mean,
okay.
we'll build roads there eventually, but right now, I want to get the land grant. I mean, I at least want to price it out.
Well, there's not particular rules for this unless it's just like we could make a settlement. We can choose to clear a space and build a settlement, and then that would be like you can build whatever you want there, and then it could be a settlement of one thing, a monastery.
Okay.
Does that work?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
No, I propose two things: a monastery and a hot dog stand.
I mean,
Yeah.
eventually, yeah.
Eventually, Kasumi
the-
is just going to like declare independence with that single settlement. Okay, well,
But that would be
that's-
probably the best way to handle it.
Okay.
By the way, I think.
I
I was
mean,
thinking
you
of the
could
same thing.
you could just treat it as like an enclave settlement, and you're within your borders,
Yeah, no, it would just be a settlement.
Mhm.
not strictly like part of. Would it be part of the kingdom building stuff though?
Well,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it would provide benefits. Honestly, I wouldn't make you form an actual settlement since this is the only thing that'd ever be built there.
Maybe Kasumi build 2 monasteries at some point.
No,
Maybe
I
she'll
mean,
build a barracks and a bunch of walls.
I mean, we can always just treat it as like the growth of it is just the monastery expanding, like becoming larger.
True.
Sure, yeah.
It's just that with the monastery building, the population of the monastery is going to be 500 immediately.
Oh, sorry, it's how much?
Well, it's not true. You don't have to immediately have you can have the buildings and not have the population. It's a weird thing, like that is the capacity. And we've just been doing it such that, the population goes up to that. Technically, that doesn't really make sense. As soon as we build a castle, suddenly like 10,000 people
show up.
have a baby.
But
But
5,000.
so theoretically, she could have a monastery and not a population of 500, just like a cap of a population of 500.
Yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, it's basically going to take you 16 build points plus whatever it takes to found a new settlement.
Yeah, I'm trying to find that. For some reason, it's frustratingly. Claim and abandon, build terrain, create and improve settlements. See founding a settlement. Okay. I will see founding a settlement. Show you.
Thank you.
Founding a settlement. Acquire funds. Okay. Explore
Got a
and clear the
couple.
hex. Once you have BP, table, terrain, and terrain improve.
I've
Why
almost
is-
got 1 BP to myself.
Why can this not be easy? Show me
Yeah.
the table of terrain improvements.
No,
Piece of shit.
Never.
What the fuck? Oh my god, it's not here. Why do I click on that link and you don't show me the terrain? There we are. All right. You mountains. Prep cost 12 BP. You need 12 BP to clear and prep an area for like actual settlement.
Okay.
And you can negotiate with Sal's if you think like, well, maybe we want like a rugged mountainous, not super prepped area, but by raw 12 BP to sit on that volcano.
Okay. I have to go stir my curry.
Do it.
Yum!
Yeah. So I mean, obviously, I can't do it right away. I don't have the funds for it, but I will work on.
Well, you're asking for a land grant, right? So you asking for a loan?
Pardon me. It was more so a deed. That was what I should have said.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Let you. It will just cost 16 BP to do this.
Okay.
The monastery and land prep.
Yes. With the caveat that basically the monastery is not going to have any supporting population, so it's basically just going to be the population of the monastery itself in that settlement. It can't really expand.
Oh, you're saying this is not a true settlement. It's only ever going to be the monastery.
Basically.
Yeah. How much
so
did I get for the bake sale, by the way?
you got what, 340, I think?
340.
340.
All right.
So
You wanted to build a hot dog stand.
Yeah, what if?
Well, we
you
can
can
cross
fit
that
a
bridge when we
hot
get
dog
there.
stand in the monastery. It's
Okay.
a hot
Well,
dog stand.
you know what
Look,
I mean.
what if we want to expand the hot dog stand to a hot dog store? A hot dog mega mart, if you will.
So basically, the population of the monastery will be at maximum about 100 people. Can fit inside the monastery itself. And since they're going to be monks, they're not really going to be contributing to your. Well, yeah, no, I like this.
Well,
Yeah, no, that sets up correct.
But
think.
now we can't put a mine there.
Well, I
Too
mean,
bad.
All right, I'm talking. Listen, the tube comes back. It's a large hex. Will mining operations upset your monastic concentration?
not really.
Great.
I don't think so.
I don't see why this would presently be a
Earthbenders are going to be
problem.
pissed, or they'll have
Maybe
a
they'll
very
love
good new way to test their skills.
Yeah, the earth people can get in the mines. The water people can surf the aqueduct. The fire people can jump in the volcano. There's a little bit of everything for everybody.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, the fire people are the least populous.
They keep going missing.
We can't figure it out. It's just,
Not a trace. Yeah.
Yeah, just gone one day.
I'll be right back.
Okay, so that works out well. So yeah, that is an additional project for you guys. How many build points do you have currently?
none.
Okay, well,
Right now, 40
assuming that the temples are not discounted, they cost 32. And we have.
Is that including the
um,
cathedral discount?
Sorry, good point. No, I mean just like without a discount, they're 32.
Okay.
And actually, we have 90. I need to fix this because we got an extra build point from when it switched around. Okay. Temples cost 32. We get one discount because we just built a cathedral. So one temple would cost 16. The other one would cost 32.
And
That
you were
leaves
complaining.
us at 48. So we would have 42 build points remaining if we do Kasumi's 16 land grant thing. Then that would put us at sorry, what did I say? 42? Yeah, I did. So that would put us at 26 BP remaining, and that would be the bureaucramancer requests this amount of money to be, unless there's something pressing that somebody else would like to use it, that would be good to put towards purchasing, claiming more hexes,
Yeah.
building more sawmills and farms, and
I do want to claim more hexes and build more sawmills and farms. Wow.
By the way, what are you having Bat by our Explore?
Oh
Wait,
yeah.
isn't he away still?
True that.
Yeah. He went
Yeah,
down.
no.
Oh shoot, we
Cash.
can't explore anything.
Yeah.
Well, we have actually.
You have a bunch explored already, so.
Yeah, we can sit on that for the.
Or you could hire adventurers.
I mean, we can also just like have our troops go out again, but for the time being, it's not necessary. We have more than enough to claim.
You
For
can
a bit.
explore it yourself.
Well, we got to deal with some fire lizards.
Yeah, we got to deal with the bandits and some fire lizards, and I don't remember what this
Mushroom woman.
Is mushroom here? Okay.
Mushroom Woman is at 413.
Okay.
Some sort of mushroom woman.
Yes.
Mushroom.
Badger. Snake. Snake.
The only, I don't know, like, the only other thing I could think of as far as like, so like the obvious things until, I'm gonna be frank, until this entire map is farms and sawmills, that is all the bureaucromancer is going to be pushing for in a pragmatic point of view.
Honestly, that is the best thing to do. So.
But as far as like maybe projects to consider for like more, you know, fluffy considerations of like the function of the kingdom, Shugo, there's only one road that connects to Shugo, and you have to like, so like if you're at Hayatetsu, you have to very awkwardly go back down to Mizuna.
I feel like what we need more is probably roads and troops. I think is the other thing we want to spend BP on.
Yeah, if we wanted to like connect Hayatetsu to Bozu to Shugo, that might be something. Also, we have like no real investment in a navy whatsoever. It's just sort of been relying on Cesare's pirates, and now Cesare's not here anymore.
Yes.
So you might want to talk to those pirates or build a navy. And then there was at one point like this thought that we could get like a Pony Express going by building a stable in every single city so that you can just like deliver mail quickly. Oh, and actually it would allow us to travel faster because we could just we could push the horses and then get fresh horses at every city.
True.
But at present, well, no, you don't need a menagerie for that. Oh, or we could, but you're right, we could get a menagerie. Oh, menagerie, price. What is a menagerie again? Like
16.
$1 billion? 16, all right. Well,
I want to find us the ultimate fire lizard tamer to tame all the fire lizards.
If we manage to drive down the prices of the temples, then maybe we could afford a menagerie as well, in addition to the actual just like kingdom infrastructure support. But right now, just with 26 BP remaining from the temple building and monastery, that money's not there. Tube goes back away.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. I was reading something.
No, that's fine.
Was that so? Repeat that one more time.
I was just saying that unless right now, as far as like personal project constructions kind of stuff, the 2 temples and the monastery in the mountain would put us at 26 BP, and that is, you can't really touch that without just not doing general required infrastructure improvements. Mm-hmm. So unless the prices of the temples are driven down through whatever that you guys were discussing with them, no menagerie for this BP phase. But if you manage to get a cheaper price, we can put building a menagerie back on the table for the fire lizards.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, then we should honestly do that. Like try to work out some sort of deal.
Great. The bureaucromancer shoots you finger guns and disappears into his bureau.
I lock it back. I lock it back up.
Okay.
For some reason, it makes a thump sound.
Yeah.
Wait, what were you saying, Fruit?
There's a network of bureaus throughout the kingdom, and he can appear in any bureau at any moment.
That's scary. Anytime.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get those.
It's like it's a very, very specific form of teleportation where he can just transport between different bureaus.
You're not safe.
That is actually terrifying.
Well, it's not just like not like a stranger's bureau. I think only like bureaucromancer sanctioned ones. Otherwise, it would be terrifying.
No, nobody he keeps control. You'll just be sleeping, and then a bureaucromancer assassin just emerges from your bureau and kills you.
Yeah,
he emerges out of the bureau.
He hits you with a very big book.
Bureaus would have to be like regulated substances. Like there would be like strict rules about the construction of certain types of cabinets because if you accidentally make it the shape of a bureau, you like invite bureaucrancers into your home. It's like a security issue for Kingdom.
And this is my armoire. Wait, that's not an armoire. And the doors fly open and just
No!
casting spells at them.
You're awarded
Wait
for
a minute.
tax evasion.
This feels like it could conveniently contain stacks of paper in it. Oh no!
Oh no. All right, so
Anyway.
is that?
Yep.
Yeah. So there's a week pass.
Well, it sounds like during that week you guys will also have to be doing your week. Oh no, I
Yeah.
guess that's not. The week is just the boring stuff, and then you can do the fun stuff.
Yes. So the week passes.
Anything,
As it goes
anything
on.
happen?
Yeah, remember the fun traveler man showed up and built a
Ah, yes.
big old house.
Sure.
Yes, the Vicomte de Bonniard has constructed his ridiculous Rococo mansion in the middle of Hayaba.
Vicomte de Boneyard.
Suru has actually kept to herself a lot this week. She's doing a lot of reading. Incidentally.
Very suspicious.
Indeed.
I didn't know she could read.
Oh, come on.
I can't read.
Yeah, you can.
Yes, you can.
Oh. Oh.
Why wouldn't you? Be able to?
Unless you can't, because that is a character decision you can make. But
No.
It's a very difficult character decision to make because, like, considering every point you put into linguistics grants you the ability to speak a new language, they feel like they're playing very fast and loose with the ability to know how to speak. And
Or they changed that in
different
Pathfinder
languages.
2 and made it harder.
oh, did they?
Yeah.
That's nice.
They had to think of feet. To learn.
Pathfinder
Oh,
2.
damn.
Yeah.
Pathfinder 2, you must go to college, or your character.
But yes, the cathedral is coming along very nicely.
Yeah, actually, I have a question. Do we want to call it a cathedral? It seems like out of
Call
place in terms of a
It
name.
does.
Yeah.
A grand temple.
The cool ass
Hey.
temple.
All right, I'm typing in cool ass temple.
Yeah?
No takebacks.
That's it, yeah.
Ooh, I'm typing it with like an umlaut and the letter K. The kulas.
Yes, exactly.
Maybe if your
Too late.
initial issue is that a sensible name for the structure, maybe that is not the.
The High Temple of Hayaba. I don't
I'm
know.
not familiar if they're like trying to think
Like-
at Shinto.
Yeah,
Um,
like tiers of temples. I don't know if they get called anything differently.
Yeah, I think
Huh.
they're mostly just
Big-
primarily shrines.
big
Yeah.
Thing.
Well, if it is okay. Well, so each of these temples is currently being named like the Temple of Polonius, the Temple of blah, the Temple of Atenket. So, do you guys want to come up with a name for what this weird triarchate that we've created
The
Temple of the
temple.
would
Triarchate.
be?
Temple
The
of,
console.
the temple
like-
of self.
Well, that seems a little bit too on the nose,
cons-
but also feels like it leans into Polonius. Well, I mean, I don't know.
Well,
Well,
Yeah.
why not
You're
just
right.
call it the Temple of the Triarchate? It's not like there's like
We
a
can't. We shouldn't do that because there is an actual
Yeah.
triarchate that was destroyed.
right.
Oh yeah, the Temple of the extreme team Temple of the new Triarchate.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
You're welcome.
Extreme.
Well,
Did you say
sleep on
extreme
it.
team or teen?
Teen. Well, I
Teen.
mean, both.
Yeah, well, I guess people could sleep on it or brainstorm it, but that was just a thought. It's like cathedral is very Catholic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The Basilica of Hayaba.
Saint
Polonius
Peter's
seems
Temple
Catholic.
of Polonius.
I'm just saying, he seems pretty Catholic.
Who seems Catholic?
Polonius.
Yeah. If anything, if there's one word I ever had to be, somebody pointed a gun at my head and said, "You have one word to describe Polonius," I would say Catholic.
Yeah. Got in one.
So
Self-temp. Ass, grass, and mass. The ass is for Polonius.
Okay.
The
Yep.
grass is for Silva. And the
Sure.
mass
Yeah,
is for a 10 count.
Oh my god.
Ass, grass, and mass.
That's why fruit is a smart one.
Anyway,
It's on the
Bad that I like
doorway.
that.
anything else?
Ooh.
Or wait,
There's just
Sorry,
a
no, no.
Tory in front of the temple, and that just written across of it.
Each pillar of it is like, one is for ass, one is for grass, the other's for mass.
the 3 pillars.
Yeah.
Anyway. So the week continues apace. Kasumi, you have great success with Tatsu's bake sale.
Hell yeah.
At the end of the week, Tatsu looks well and truly exhausted from nonstop baking. Sada, you rule the kingdom.
Did it. I ruled very mediocrely, but just well enough that revolt doesn't
Yeah,
happen.
you were having an off week, but you know, it's still everything went well. So like, even so, like people are saying, the daimyo doesn't look so good today. Is she not feeling well? You were a little under the weather. You had a cold this week.
Also, I killed an innocent man who was brainwashed.
Yeah, that too. You have a very angry witch in the world right now.
Yeah, we should send her a box of chocolate.
That'll make it better.
No, we probably have to do something. Maybe we have to give her a temple too.
Or just at least send a
Sorry.
self-penned
time to
letter
go,
with an
time to
official
go.
seal.
Time to go on
stuff.
another quest to another dimension, to resurrect her brother.
I'll just get another desire potion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a bummer. For her, not for me. I'm fine with it. I don't know the guy. Wonder if, well,
Guitarist,
is there any diplomacy to do? Not really.
For the time being, no.
Mhm.
But you suspect it will not be too long before a ambassador from another major political entity will be arriving.
When's
We don't.
Hey, when's
Oh.
when's the next Patazo trade ship departure?
It's already departed. It'll be back next month.
Damn it! I wanted to send off Valentino while we're here.
Well, you can still do that.
Okay.
It'll leave during this week.
Okay.
So yeah.
Anyway,
if you want, you can,
oh yeah, probably.
What would
Yeah.
be this? Okay, who's this big trade delegation showing up, or people?
The elf?
you suspect it'll be. This is actually information that you got from Pascal. Viven.
Oh.
It's warships.
It's Chazari. He raises Sarugu to the ground.
That would be cool. They got a big money.
They grew. Have
Will
a
it-
big money, as
If
it were.
it's Yeah, right now we only have embassy places and no treaties. It might be worth like at least trying to negotiate a treaty with Krithelma or
Yeah.
Gamentai or Twin King. Probably not the Shogunate. Probably not T. House Tazo, House Sensi, and House Morosini all have their own separate diplomacy we could do with them. Don't know why House Fatazo is being so bashful about things. Isn't Pascal himself an embassy?
He essentially is, yes.
All right, do we get points for it?
You don't set up. You can really only set up trade routes with the Viennese families.
Makes
They
sense.
don't set up political channels because
Okay,
they're still part of event,
sure.
and that would probably be considered treason.
Mm-hmm. Kansai, Hango. Oh, you know what? During my week, I'm gonna try. I want to figure out what's going on with Kansai and Hango. Kansai is hostile, but Hango is at least just unfriendly. So maybe there's like an in there, and I don't know.
We
At
have
least, like-
to find the actual heir to the Kansai throne and help him stage a rebellion.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can roll diplomacy for gather information.
Okay. My favorite button to click on. Skill. Diplomacy. Will I break the 10? I won't. It's a 9. It's a
Let's go
6.
to 40. So yes, you get some information on Kansai and Hango. Kansai is extremely hostile to you. They are aware that you're in rebellion, and that you're essentially independent now, and that the island is fully under the control of the rebellion, and that Sadoriodo is essentially the actual daimyo. They are still loyal to the shogun and would like very much to destroy your rebellion, but they can't because their army was completely obliterated by Agamentai. And they're still trying
Great.
they're currently trying to recover from that, but they lost a lot of samurai in that battle. And that's difficult to replace.
Indeed.
Hango is more concerned with the fact that there's been a lot of pirates running around. They're kind of suspicious of you guys as being the source of them because you're in rebellion, but they can't really prove it.
Well, they're right.
The daimyo of Hango is a practical and not especially loyal to the shogun, who just submitted to him out of expedience.
Mm-hmm.
But Hango is sort of like it's a bit of a backwater.
God damn it.
But it appears to be having some sort of issue with some monks on their island.
Monks
Evil
on their
monks.
island. Maybe the good one.
Maybe. Or maybe
All
they're
right.
very neutral monks.
You don't know the exact nature of the issue,
Except
except that it is giving the daimyo of Hango some severe headaches.
well, I
Which
pen a
island?
letter to Hango to be like, hey, let's meet up.
Okay.
We are, like a diplomatic, like send over your guy or even yourself. We'd be happy to meet with you or for you to come and meet with us. We have much to discuss. Many exciting things are happening, and you want
Travel
to get
to
ground
Hango
floor on
is
this.
fast by boat, and you get a response very quickly, which is that the daimyo of Hango requests that you come to meet him at his castle.
I can do that.
Oh.
I fly over, but I pretend like I came on a boat.
He asks that Sada Ryudo.
Oh, fucking hell.
Comes
All right,
in.
I disguise myself as Sadari.
Jesus.
I mean, you could do
This
this,
seems like a very
could
bad
do
idea.
Why would it be? I'm very convincing.
but why would Sada Ryudo travel alone?
because she's
So-
brave.
Gadaris disguised himself as all the party members and constantly
That's right.
excuses himself from the meeting.
Yeah. Sadariero comes with her famed advisor, Zanzibar.
The legendary Zanzibar.
Gadaris, you also spent a lot of the week getting your story straight with Senri Urara.
Okay, perfect, good.
You think that in the end, I mean, her voice is going to be clearly different than what you were doing for Zanzibar,
hmm
because while
I
you
had a
could imitate
cold.
her, she cannot imitate you perfectly. But by the end, she looks pretty much exactly like Zanzibar,
Perfect.
the Great Wizard.
Excellent. Yeah, I had that cold that one time we met up, but now it's past. This is my real voice.
Yes, I am the Great Zanzibar.
Ah, there he is.
Yes, no, I am actually a woman.
That's right.
As
Such
it
is
turns
his
out, you just forgot.
great. That is her great
Congratulations,
magical
you
power.
don't see gender.
I'm a wizard. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Yes.
That
Don't
too.
question me.
Look, a whole room of Zanzibars right now.
Oh,
You
it's almost
might think
Kyle's
they're
birthday,
mirror
so.
images, but they're even greater than that.
Okay. And yeah, and unless there's anything else that you guys would like to do this week, Greta, true to her word, does start extorting, no, exhorting her flock to donate to a temple fund for the temples of Silva and Atenket, and surprisingly, they are very generous in their giving. A surfeit of generosity, as it were. She is extremely smug at how well this is going, actually.
Yeah, this only helps there.
Tone Taji sees the amount of good press that this is essentially getting the Temple of Polonius, and he tears off his hat and stomps on it. And yes, unless anybody else has anything that they would like to do.
Nope.
Nope, I'm good.
Nope, I've got a monastery.
You will soon, well, next month.
A whole month. Damn.
Oh, right, and at the end of this week, a great procession of Skitterkin arrive in Hayaba, hefting the voluminous form
Oh,
of
yeah.
none
He's
other
here.
The
than
big rat.
The big rat who makes all the rules.
The big cheese.
Ooh.
The mouse
Mordred.
club.
the insatiable.
Sada practices her long jump.
What?
Sada, you jump off the castle
Oh my
Why?
god! Ah.
and sail hundreds of feet down to your death. Never mind, that's not that tall.
No, I said I was practicing my long jump, not my vertical jump.
Yeah, well, you jumped too long.
Damn.
And off the side.
I didn't think I'd do it inside the castle. Jeez.
No, right off a cliff.
I jump so far. I go all the way to a cliff. Damn it.
Pascal and Suru also continue training with Batbayar. So Batbayar is starting to build himself up again.
All right.
I'm getting girth.
Don't put it like that.
He also, I was saying we also need to take care of getting rid of Valentino, but I want to have some time for that instead of very end of the session. So maybe next week.
Okay.
Oh yes, and so we will begin next week with Valentino going onto his boat as Pascal is about to send the spotter back to Viven. With Valentino on it. He has been removed from your dungeon. He is very smelly and
Good.
displeased. And he sees you, Sada, and he goes, "Ah, Sada, you finally seen fit to let me go and free me. Like I love. I can't keep this up anymore.
I'm so tired.
I am so tired. I am a broken man.
Good.
Anyway, we'll begin with that next week.